All right, let's talk about how to fix it if you're hanging your curveball. So number one, mental factors are huge. And most young pitchers, I mean even old pitchers, myself included, when you are overthinking the curveball and you're thinking about trying to make it break better, trying to locate it perfectly, you're afraid of hanging it, all that sort of stuff, you end up just hanging it. Whenever you get tension flows through your arm, so you're nervous, you're overthinking it, you're trying to make it happen, you tend to tense up just ever so slightly, not like this, but you'll just tense up just enough to sort of slow your arm down in its arm path, and then you tend to get around it, or you just sort of muscle through it, and it just hangs. The best curveballs that I've ever thrown in my entire life are the ones where I wasn't thinking about it, whereas just when I was relaxed and fluid, didn't try to do anything, and they just come out. Because everything's got to happen in its own proper place. It's got to be fluid, your hand's got to explode over the ball, your arm's got to be fast, but it's got to be loose. It's just the pitching motion in general is just kind of miraculous. Anytime we think ourselves through it, and we tense up, and we try to go through the delivery mentally, it ends up tensing us up, and then the ball comes out too early. So number one is mental factors. Take a deep breath and relax. You'd be surprised at how much that helps and how much you can be just screwing up your breaking stuff because of mental factors. So you've got to be clear. Number two is the front shoulder. So if your front shoulder is yanking out like this, my arm is always going to sort of oppose what my front shoulder does. So if my glove arm stays compact and helps my chest go towards the plate, my arm is going to get to the front of the ball a lot easier. When my arm yanks out, my hand is going to go around it. And if this happens before I land, my arm is going to be trying to catch up. It's going to be lagging as my hips open too soon, and then the ball is going to come out too soon, and it's not going to be able to break back over the plate. So that's another common one. Number three, if you're striding across your body. Now, if you're striding off, your chances are you're not doing this just like, hey, I've been pitching, and now suddenly I'm striding across my body in the 7th inning. So this is less of like a troubleshooting fix, but just in general kind of fix. If you're way across your body, it's really tough to then get all the way back around and then on top of the pitch. So you're typically going to have a tougher time getting it down the zone if you step across your body too much. And then number three, sinking on your back leg. This is one where we've talked about rushing and bouncing it. If you rush too quick, you'll bounce your breaking ball a lot, but the converse is also true. So if you stay back here and you sink too much, then you sort of get stuck down here, and then you kind of have to try to get all the way up over top of it, and it becomes a very difficult thing to do. So if you sink and you get stuck back in your back leg, which is very subtle, your coaches will usually probably have to tell you if you're doing this, but you still need to keep a good pace towards the mound. So if you start to sink and get stuck, then the curveball tends to come up and it won't make it down in time. So those are the typical hanging your curveball troubleshooting spots. And to get back from that, we just need to stay down our shoulder, move our chest towards the plate. We need to make sure we have enough pace towards the plate so we don't get stuck on our back leg. We need to relax, not stride across our body, and we also just need to keep our arm speed up. That's probably the last thing I'd mention is sometimes a pitcher will just sort of baby it, and if you don't really finish it, you're going to just leave a little bit of spin on the table, and it'll just kind of stay and hang up in the zone. Make sure you're always finishing your curveball with really good arm speed, and that last little bit you've got to hit it really, really hard to get as much spin. That's where you really add and you apply all that spin, but also to pull it down the zone a lot better. So don't ease off at the last minute. Finish it, throw really aggressively. I know that can be hard and scary at times when you're a young player, especially because you're afraid you're just going to yank it into the dirt, but you've really got to finish it. The arm speed increases deception, it increases the spin rate, increases the speed of it obviously, but it also helps pull it and keep it into the strike zone where this is not going to do the job. All right, so those are a couple troubleshooting tips for hanging your curveball.